the development of full artificial intelligence would spell the end of the human race.
It's a flying object, and we don't know what it is. I would hope somebody is checking it out.
With a rocket or whatever, but incredibly fast, opposite direction. It was too fast to be an airplane.
I'm glad the Pentagon is looking at this, because if it poses a threat, I want them on top of it.
Well, the craft generates its own gravitational field.
You said there's lights in the sky?
The internet has become the command center for criminals and terrorists.
Aliens won't let it happen. You know, that's what we're instructed to say.
Roswell, Area 51. Alien kept deep under the ground.
1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 6, 3, 2, 9, 7.
Media doesn't have your best interest in mind. The government is self-serving. You're here for a reason. You're listening to Troubled Minds Radio. Broadcasting live from a secret bunker just off the extraterrestrial highway. Somewhere in the desert sands outside of Las Vegas. From somewhere in space-time, loosely labeled Generation X on planet Earth. And asking questions of you in earnest into the digital darkness. Good evening and welcome to Troubled Minds Radio. Whoa, that was really loud. How's that? Is that better? Welcome to Troubled Minds Radio. Mic check 1 2. I'm your host, Michael Strange. I'm here, sorry to disappoint you, without your co-host, Frank Pierce. I'm sure he'll be along one of these days. But in his absence, we'd like to say hello to all of you who might also have troubled minds. All right, what's up, guys? This show is live. So if you want to be part of this show, and you know I need the help, 702-957-1037. It is Thursday night. It is October 10th, 2019, and there are tons of things going on in the world. Tons of conspiracies happening. Tons of aliens, dare I say, and the paranormal. It is October. We're marching ever on toward Halloween, and so, of course, what do you expect? All of the ghost stories start coming out of the woodwork. So we've got a little bit of all of that, and of course, some good old-fashioned government giving us the shaft. So we'll get into a bunch of that. If you're new to the show, that's what the show's about. We talk about all those things, including the aliens, conspiracy, the paranormal, and of course the government, the technocracy, major corporations, academia, and how they paint a narrative. And this particular narrative is one that would brainwash us, that would teach us what they would have us believe. And so we kind of believe differently on this show. And if you're here on listening to the show and have been part of it before, thank you for being part of it. And I like to think we have common minds when it comes to these type of topics. So, all right, so we'll get into a bunch of that tonight. There's a lot going on, and per usual, we're going to try and get to all of it, but we'll see how time permits. Okay, so we'll do shout outs, and there we go. What's up? So we got Fred. What's happening, Fred? Fred gets first on Facebook. How you doing, buddy? We get Ted. Thanks for being here. We got Remy from Connecticut. We got John. What's happening? Thanks for being here. We got Kelly. Elizabeth. Good Thursday evening from Oregon. How you doing? Dale, are we honored with the presence of Frank tonight? Negative. Sorry to disappoint you. Remy, let's get shit cooking, grab your brewer blunt, and let's hear how the government is screwing us. Drop the F-bomb. At least give us a lick before you screw us, yeah. What's up, Timothy? Tinfoil Timothy University from YouTube. How you doing? Hello. We got Derek. How you doing? We got Devins here. Darius from, of course, the planet Nanu. Moo. We got Diane. What's up? Todd. What's up? Todd, are you good and baked? You ready for this? Let's see. Thanks for tagging people, guys. Dave, thanks for being here. We got Justin. Ghosts? Oh, no. No ghosts? Maybe you like ghosts. Who knows? We'll talk about ghosts if you guys want ghosts. Josh on YouTube gets first. How you doing, buddy? And Juan Carlos from California. How are you? And Timothy 840 on, what is that? That's Periscope. Is that you, Tim? Is that you, Timothy? Tinfoil Timothy? I didn't know you could chat on Periscope. That's pretty cool, though. So yeah, this show is streamed live in all those places. We do Facebook, we do YouTube, we do Periscope, we do all kinds of stuff. What is it? Mixer, and you name it. You name it, we're streaming on it. I think we're still streaming in some Japanese streaming platform, and I'm not sure that we've ever had a single view over there. But hey, it's a shame we can't stream it in North Korea. That would be amazing. But okay, all right. Let's see. I got a call coming in. We're gonna take that in just a second, and No, I don't have a cold. What's up, Dave? No, I don't have a cold. It might be the noise gate. Everything feels good, man. I feel good. Most importantly, I look good, right? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Okay, so, and Timothy's out of jail. Nice. Adrian, what's up? Hey, Adrian from Cal Fire. Are you actually from Cal Fire? Do you work in California? Have you heard of what's going on in California? He says, "What's up, Mike? Let's toast again for Frank, please. Everyone, join us. All right, we will do that tonight." And yeah, let's do that. So we'll get into this shortly. This is part of the topic. But Adrian, I'm talking to you, buddy. If you're actually from Cal Fire, what's going on out there? We've got this issue with California turning off the power, and because there's some fires about to happen. And I did see the name Cal Fire thrown about. So if you have some insider information about that, I'd love to hear it. But okay, we will talk about that shortly. But let's do this phone call. Let's start this out with the phone call, and we'll go from there. We will go from there. Testing 1 2. You're on Troubled Minds. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Dan from California.
Dan from California. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for calling in.
Good, man. How you doing? Yeah, man, for sure. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Go right ahead.
Yeah,
You're the one who contacted me about the EVP. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I was just looking on podcasts and trying to find something cool to listen to, and came across you guys. And I got a pretty hefty commute, so in about 3 weeks' time, I think I listened to every episode you guys put out, which was fun. But I was driving one morning, and yeah, you guys got something pretty wild on your show, and it definitely got me to call in. I think on the EVP, the voice phenomenon, I think the thing that's interesting behind that is the idea that through electronics you can pick up some kind of noise or message or something that is possibly happening in a different dimension, one that we can't see or we're not accustomed to at this point. And in doing so, found something interesting when Frank was talking. And I know in some of the shows Frank talked about a lot of weird things that were happening at his house, and I think this might explain a little bit of that.
Okay, so I didn't actually get a chance to pull out the timestamp. So this is Dan. He contacted me maybe a week and a half ago about this EVP that he's talking about. So he said that he caught an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, like how the ghosts speak through the ether to us through electronic devices type of thing. So I haven't actually heard this, but maybe we could pull out the timestamp on this. And
that'd be great.
Okay, so which show is this we're talking about?
So it's going to be your the episode you guys did on the Stardust Ranch.
Okay, Stardust. I'm looking for that right now.
and then your timestamp on this is going to be 52 minutes 25 seconds, and I think it ends around 52:35. That gives us enough time for it to boost up. And what's kind of interesting inside of this, I mean, as you said, a lot of people associate this with ghost hunting, but I think the idea behind it is really its ability to pick up something that we can't see. And a lot of times in the EVP world, you'll kind of hear something start as somebody's talking, and then it continues on. And this is actually, to me, it's very, very interesting. I can't tell you what it is, but it's something for sure.
Okay, so there's something here. There's some sort of an electronic voice thing happening, and it's when Frank speaks. And yeah, maybe because Frank he has said there's some things happening. He won't fully admit what's happening around his house, and I don't know if this is related, him being MIA, but who knows? Let's see what this brings out. And let me see. I'm digging for this. Which one? Stardust Ranch. Stardust Ranch. So many shows. You're a sick man. You've listened to all of them? You're a sick man.
All of them.
You were sick. You were sick. Okay, let's see. What episode is that, anybody? Stardust Ranch. I'm going back. I don't see it. 15, 10, 12. Hell, I don't know.
When I found it on YouTube, and I'll tell you this, when I first heard it, I was listening to it through iTunes, and then I went and verified the recording on different platforms just to make sure it was really in the audio. On YouTube, it's that 52:25, and when I look it up, I just Googled in Troubled Mind Stardust, and it comes right up.
Okay, perfect. There we go. I can't even find my damn episode that we did. Okay, Troubled Minds and Stardust. There's so many, and the naming is a little weird sometimes. Okay, but here we go. Troubled Minds, Stardust. Let's see what happens. All right, this is not set up, guys. Yeah.
And I purposely didn't really leave that for you, because you never know. Because if this is something, you really don't want it to disappear. That's why it kind of was a little bit withholding of the information on which one it was.
Okay, right. So you didn't want me to censor the ghost for you or something?
Well, I don't even think it's a ghost. I think when you hear this, you'll hear what I heard, and I actually heard it at like 4:00 in the morning, driving into work, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what the hell is that?"
Okay, all right. So let's see. Stardust Ranch. I get the SoundCloud. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can find it here. And what did you say the timestamp was?
If you start at 52 minutes and 25 seconds, we should hear it within 15 seconust.
Okay, 52 minutes.
So let's go one more piece of back.
Here we go. All right. Here, we're playing this back from the Stardust Ranch episode. There's supposedly an EVP here in the show. And for those of you that missed Frank, well, hey, this is a show with Frank. So let's listen to Frank talk for a minute. So I'll just let this roll, and then if you want to point it out when it happens, I'll rewind. So here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen for the EVP, and here we go. Action.
So other people in the area also knew about this. So much like Skinwalker, there was tales and stories about the strange stuff on this ranch for quite some time. So locals knew stuff was going on.
I'm not hearing anything.
And they were actually...
Oh, you can't hear it? Okay, my bad. You should be able to hear things. Let's fix this. That will put a damper on everything. All right. Let's see. Testing 1, 2. As you're aware, we usually have audio issues. It's pretty much become our common. All right. Let me try this and see if you hear this.
Terrified to go to the area. So let's take a listen to what happened.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay, you do hear it. All right. Okay, here we go. So let's.
Yep.
I'm going to let it roll. You point it out.
When John tried to get his phone and satellite services set up on the property, and the kind of response he got.
Back audio issues. Now I can't hear it.
It just dropped again?
Yeah, there's nothing there. I heard Frank for a second. When you first said something, and when you played again, it's gone.
Okay, that's a little weird. All right. All right. Tell you what. Let's. Well, I don't know. How do you want to do this? Because if we can't find it, you can't hear it. We're going to take too long and not find it. So, do you want to maybe point it out? You did say the timestamp. I can go back and check it out. I think probably the best thing to do is just pull it out. I can isolate it. I can get like the 30-second or 45-second clip, and we can play it as an audio clip over and over, and then kind of like take it apart that way and maybe analyze it. But I think I think in this setting without an actual timestamp for me to check it out beforehand, it's a little bit hard. But okay, so how about this? You want to? Are you able to call back the next time when we do this? Maybe Sunday night or maybe next week on Thursday, and we can set up. And okay, so we can set it up and have it ready to go. So you want to tease about what you think it might be? Are there words?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's always tough to tease with it. So, I mean, when I look at it and I listen to it, I mean, I think the thing inside of this is, it is something speaking, in my opinion, that I've never heard. There's tons of inflection in what's being said, but it's definitely not from this world speaking. It'd be very interesting to see what the community thinks. They'll all get a chance to listen to it too before you pull it out. But it comes in and it makes some, it'll raise the hairs on the back of your neck when you hear it.
Okay, fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I have not heard this. So if you guys are faster than me, you can go pull this out of the he gave the timestamp there, Stardust Ranch, and 52 minutes. You said
52 minutes, 25 seconds off of YouTube. If you go onto a different server, the time changes a little bit. And what will happen is there's like a weird sound that comes. It ran like almost like a whoosh, and then all this really weird gibber starts going on, and you'll hear it under Frank talking, and then Frank will finish a sentence, and it kind of continues in the quiet for maybe a second, and it is 100% eerie.
Okay. So I will pull it out, and there you go. We've got a tease for the next show, because I want to make sure that we, don't spend a ton of time trying to find this and don't find anything. I will literally isolate it. We'll chop it out, and we'll discuss this next time. So anything else while we got you on the phone here, Dan?
No, man. I don't want to derail the show, man. Have a kick-ass night, and I'll be listening again in the morning. Okay,
I appreciate that. Thanks for pointing this out. Thanks for calling, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Bye, buddy. See you, man.
All right, thanks. That's Dan from California. He spotted an EVP in an episode. So call that a teaser. We'll pull it up and talk about this later. But this is on the way. We have the timestamp, and there it is. There it is. Okay, so Adrian did answer me. He said he says he's at Palomar Station Squadron 9 and Cal Fire, and they made us do a controlled burn around a neighborhood that was extremely dangerous, and it broke out and hit a couple homes. We warned them ahead of time. They don't care. They just want to clear as much land, or they just want as much land cleared. And then Majestica Madness, what's happening? Thanks for being here on YouTube. I don't know. So the reason I bring that up in California, check this out. Has anybody heard of this? Is anybody out there in California right now? If anybody's listening in California, I'm gonna ask you to call if you can tonight, because I want to know what's happening with the power business. Has anybody heard about this? Let's check this out. It's this is one of those things that is straight up tinfoil hat style, right? You expect that the government knows what's best, and and they're supposed to take care of us with all their benevolent policy, and what's happening in California right now. Has anybody heard of this? Well, let me pull it up. Let me pull this up. Let's see, what do we got here? No UFOs. We got all kinds of stuff here, but in particular, check this out. As reported by the Scientific American, it's lights out in California to deal with climate risks. And as you know, we've talked about climate change a little bit on and off on this show, and here we go. We're at a crossroads where there was here. Let's just read some of this from the article. This is some pretty crazy stuff going on. All right, this is so, quote, more than 1 million people in Northern California lost power yesterday in an intentional blackout that reveals the stunning measures utilities and state officials will take to holy shit, that's a big word. There you go. Now you know I'm not educated. The risk of wildfire as the effects of climate change become more apparent. PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric, which provides electric service to 5.4 million customers in California, said it cut power to 800,000 of them to protect people, work crews, and property from a potential outbreak of wildfires. It's unclear how many people would be affected, but it stands to far surpass the number of homes and buildings that would lose power. All right, so what the hell's going on here? They actually have okay. Let's see. We have an interactive map here. Let me pull this up so you can check this out. So we're talking about the San Francisco Bay Area. There's supposedly high winds and a huge wildfire warning. And so PG&E, the Pacific Gas and Electric, which is the state-run monopoly of the entire energy industry in California, has said, or has said that we'd rather shut this down than risk another fire. And why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Does that how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Oh, geez, you guys with your jokes. Back to the EVP real quick. Christopher says, do you hear any cats in the background? Timothy adds, it was Pornhub playing in the background. Hey, come on, guys, easy. Brett says, something definitely taps into our to our audio from somewhere. Can read our mind as well. Could be alien. Yeah, I don't know about that. Steven says they're trying to make contact, and there we go. Okay, so back to this. What's actually happening here? What is actually happening? Again, Adrian, if you can call me, I kind of want to know if maybe you're too doxed at this point, because we know who you are and where you work and all these things. But maybe the information you give us is too hot to handle. But what's actually happening here? Okay, so Adrian adds, in California, different counties have different energy companies. SDGE has not turned off power for Southern California. Okay. So I did live in California, and there was PG&E is who you called and got the power, right? But this is there was no alternative. You couldn't call PG and O, or PG and WTF or anything like that. There was only one, and so there might be different in counties. But so what's happening here? They had those wildfires. Remember, there was a big to-do about California burning down, and what happened with that? Billions of dollars in damages. But specifically because PG&E, their power lines blew over, right, and started these wildfires, supposedly, something like that. It was something to that effect. They were responsible. So instead of, again, a state-backed monopoly in these particular counties, and they still are raking in money hand over fist, and they're not actually fixing their power lines, but instead they're going to make the customers suffer and say, all right, well, no power, just because we might have a fire, and if that's the case, we might be to blame. So, is that climate sustainability for you? Just shut it down, I'll let you guys go without power. I don't know. This creeps me out. So we'll talk a little bit more about this as we go. But Dale says, "What's up, Dale, the resident comedian? Regretted should work for Cali Power and Light." Yeah, Christopher, no fires or trees for that matter in Vegas. Yeah, well, we have cactuses. There's some trees here too, but yeah, I don't know. So what's actually happening here? Think about that. So the PG&E is a monopoly. Hold on, let's look at this. Look at this. We have this here. One moment. Bear with me for just a second. But we have what is this? What is this? Here we go. Here's a Q&A from the sfgate.com, which is San Francisco Gate, of course. This is from earlier in the year, from January 14th, 2019. And let me read this. This is interesting. Months of troubles at San Francisco-based PG&E culminated Monday in the announcement the utilities company would file for bankruptcy. PG&E cited the high cost of liability after the deadly wildfires in the North Bay in 2017 and the Camp Fire in Butte County in 2018. Since the Camp Fire in November, the company's market value tanked. Yeah, you think? The ongoing drama has left some PG&E customers wondering, do I have other options? Is PG&E my only choice? Utilities regulation is a complex issue, but we break down the basics below. Thanks, SFGate, you're the best. Remember, this was in January when they were talking about this stuff. Okay, so the question is PG&E a monopoly? The short answer is yes. The utility company covers the vast majority of Northern California, from Eureka in the north down to Bakersfield. For most people who live in that area, it's the only choice. But is that a problem? Not necessarily, explains Jared Elias, associate professor of law at UC Hastings. And he says, quote, "The police force has a monopoly on doing certain things in your town. And utilities are often monopolies in the United States because of the high cost of creating and maintaining the infrastructure needed to operate. Think of how prohibitively expensive it would be for a new startup company to try and build a power grid from scratch in Northern California." Okay, fair enough. But then he continues, "Everything comes through the same wires because public utilities have to lay this massive infrastructure. Traditionally, they don't have competition. And while PG&E is technically a monopoly, it's not an illegal one." Illegal, right? There's the key term. "It's allowed, nor is it unregulated. PG&E and the rates it charges customers is regulated by the California Public Utilities Commission, the CPUC." So, yeah, what the hell's going on here? And then it continues. Do I have other options for my utilities? Again, the short answer is probably no. Probably no. And I think so we'll skip that. I'll link this again. I'm gonna link this stuff if you guys want to check it out as always. And if you want to follow up on me and check these links, they'll always be on YouTube. So after the stream, probably about 24 hours in let's time travel 24 hours in the future. The links will be there on the YouTube video itself. So if you want to check out these links, then we will. Yeah, they'll be there. They'll be there. But so at the very bottom here it says, "How will the PG&E bankruptcy filing affect me?" And it says, this is the first sentence, right? Reported by SF Gate. It says, "First off, the lights are going to stay on. The bankruptcy filing shouldn't affect PG&E's ability to get power to your house." Okay, I'm going to just leave it at that. All right, so, yeah, I don't know. What is this, how does this make you feel? If this is boring, fine. Like, let me know. We've done boring shit before. But to me, this is absolutely terrifying. And do you see why? Do you see what I'm talking about? So we have a state-subsidized media, or I'm sorry, power monopoly, energy, PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric, and they are, instead of risking their crumbling infrastructure of power lines and whatnot, they're going to just shut down power to millions of people. Timothy adds, "Nearly 2 million without power," reported by ABC7. And that's exactly right. We got that too. I'll pull it up in a sec. But, yeah, like what the hell's going on with this? So, okay, so think about it. If, like the power is the lifeline to our modern way of living. Okay? So if you cut the power, think of all the things, right? Obviously, we wouldn't be doing this show, but that's stupid. That's a stupid thing to say. We wouldn't be able to do this show. Who cares? There are other more important things, right? There are people that need, let's say older or younger people that are sick, people that need medicine, that need a particular climate control happening. And, where they may say they have hospitals with generators or these other things. There's people that are sick or frail or what have you that don't live in hospitals, of course. That would be ridiculous. So where are they? Like, think about grandma that needs her diabetes medication or something that needs to be in the refrigerator. Well, hey, PG&E, what's up? Just shut it off for days, maybe. Days. Yeah, I don't know. Again, Adrian, if I'm off base or anybody from California thinks I'm off base, call me. Or anybody not from California, that's fine too. How does this make you feel? Is this like a tinfoil hat thing? Am I perturbed by this unnecessarily? Or do you think that this is something that we should be talking about? To me, yeah, Todd says it's boring. I knew it's not about the Anunnaki, so I know he'd say that. We'll work it in though. So the Anunnaki actually are the ones that took the power down. No, I'm just kidding. But so that's the thing, right? So they're so concerned about the liability of their crumbling infrastructure, raking in money hand over fist for decades and decades and decades and decades. So instead of actually spending that money and maybe taking a loss after tons and tons of years of profit, I didn't pull up their financials. I don't really care. I am not sympathetic to that whatsoever, because what are they doing? I think about grandma and her medication that needs to stay cold. I think about frail people that need climate control in a very narrow band. Those are the things I think about. And so if that's not conspiracy to you, where they're like, well, hey, I guess we'll just tough through a few days here and hope that everything blows over. Wink, wink with the weather and whatever. Yeah. Okay. So All right, let's see. Elizabeth, what's up? So in the game of Monopoly, if you got utilities, you got the game. There you go. I don't remember that game. It's been a long-ass time. But I do remember they had utilities. So Timothy says that water bombers and helicopters were going at it earlier. RSBN on Periscope was covering it. And Steve Lookner Agenda, Free TV, was covering it too. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I think, again, this is kind of like mundane. If you turn on the news, they're talking about this in California. And you get like a brief overview in other places. But to me, this is a serious thing. Like, we're told ad nauseum constantly, hey, just put your faith in the state and they will do best by you. And there are people there that are now not really getting the best, right? And they're paying for the best. They're paying their power bills or what have you. It's this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, so a couple more comments here, and then we're going to keep on rolling with this. But I have a little bit on this. So this isn't going to be the whole show. We'll go a little while, and we'll talk about this again. Taking calls. So if you have thoughts on this, you know what to do. You guys know what to do. You know the number. I'm going to put it up: 702-957-1037. If you live in California and this is bothering you, or you're actually lights out right now, or know somebody who is, and 702-957-1037. Call. I want to hear from you. And so, okay, so to continue with this, we're not going to do the whole show on this. We have some stuff. We have aliens later. We have some paranormal. It's October after all. We're creeping towards Halloween, all that. So we're going to do some of that. But for just a little while here, is there any part of that disturbs you? Where the state-run, state-sponsored monopoly in the utilities, the energy, says, well, we'd rather just shut this off instead of supply power to the people. Power to the people, right? Wink, wink. Power to the people. In this case, there's no power to the people. Yeah. And there you go. So Timothy adds that this is testing their authority. Most people are not seeing this for what it is. Who should have control of public utilities? And I kind of agree. That's kind of at the heart of this. But then not only that, so if you think about it that way, who runs it? I mean, I saw that the governor in California, Gavin Newsom, with the pretty hair, man, that guy combs it so well. He looks so good. That guy looks so good, right? You know what I'm saying? That dude was unhappy with PG&E. Well, shit, man. You've been in the California government for most of your damn life. Like, you don't care about it till now? I mean, that's the thing. This is driving me nuts. Let's see. Adrian, what's up? So it says I'm going to keep an eye on Adrian tonight because, again, he's a California Fire. If anybody doesn't know what that means, he says, I will launch a complete investigation. I will ask my North Region partners from Cal Fire. And again, I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I'm not trying to dox you. And none of this. If you have information you'd like to share, you know where to find it. If you want it, send it anonymously. Do it at troublemindsradio@gmail.com. We got you, man. But this is frightening to me. I'll continue on why. Elizabeth adds, whoever has the most money in the monopoly. Oh, so who would that be? Who would that be? And how? Yeah. What's up, Whitey? Whitey says, "Lol, faith in the state." Yeah, exactly. Brett says, "What phone service do you use for the show?" The call-in thing. There's a thing called Call-in Studio. Yeah, they didn't pay me to say that. I pay them. So it's pretty cool though. Check it out. Yeah, Todd snoozing. It's okay, Todd. Take a nap, buddy. We'll call you when the aliens are here. Devin says, I hate paying tax on Monopoly. Yeah. Okay. So all right. So let's continue on this. How do you send a pic? Send it to get either in the Discord. You can just upload a pic, or just send it through to troubledmindsradio@gmail.com. Okay. So. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about this a little bit more and why it bothers the hell out of me. Okay, so those are the answers there. Like I said, there's no PG and O, there's no PG and LOL, there's no PG and WTF. There's only in those areas in those counties PG&E. And they decided instead of investing in their infrastructure, they're going to just shut off power to their customers when they don't have a secondary option, which to me seems, is that more or less responsible? Is that, I don't know, is that a discussion? Is that, okay, anyway, here's what I wanted you to note. Okay. Now if you type, check this out. If you type in Google, this is nuts. Hold on, let me pull this up. If you type in Google, it's whatever city you live in, type in the city you live in Google, and then after the city, like I typed in Las Vegas Climate Action Plan and see what comes up. Let's see what comes up. And here we go. This is what came up for me. LasVegasClimateAction.org. Together we will change the world. Clean energy, global climate march, help the planet Earth. We're a multi-generational group of activists from a wide range of professions and vocations. We come together to act on the major ecological issues facing our world today. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there, again, taking calls, 702-957-1037, live on Thursday night, October 10th. If this is oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But if this is if this bothers you, you think this is boring, we're taking calls on all that, so whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna continue. Trust me, we got aliens and ghosts later. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. This is important. Now, okay, why is this important? All right, let's go. This is why. Has anybody ever heard of something called martial law? Anybody ever heard of that? All right, here we go. We're gonna talk martial law. Here it is. I got a Wikipedia. All right, so going to the Ministry of Truth for martial law, which is wink, wink, so cute. Martial law is the imposition of direct military control and of normal civilian functions by a government. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So what we're missing is military control, but we have a direct control of normal civilian functions by a government, which would be what? PG&E in power in California. And it continues, especially in response to a temporary emergency such as invasion or major disaster or in an occupied territory. Okay, now, all right, let's just take that for what it says. And so, especially in response to a temporary emergency. Okay, so where's the emergency? The weather? So we got some wind blowing and some warm air. That's the emergency. And so we have to shut down the power. And like Timothy it said, is this some sort of test? Is this some way to see what they can get away with and how much people are willing to take? There's no disaster yet, right? There's no invasion. There's no major disaster. There's no occupied territory happening. And so in my lifetime, if you told me 20 years ago, hey, there's going to be a time when we're so scared for the climate that we're going to shut down huge parts of the power grid to keep trees from burning down, to keep people from dying in wildfires, to keep this and that, you see what I'm saying? So which is it? Which is more important? Keeping people, let's say, warm or cool when it's hot, or keeping their meds refrigerated and their food from spoiling, or risking, because we don't even know if there's going to be a wildfire. They're basically saying that our infrastructure is trash, and so we don't trust it, and we think there's going to be a huge fire, so we're just shutting it down. So where that's not martial law, it's not. Look what's happening. Anybody heard of a town called Morgan Hill in the Bay Area? Yeah. All right, check this out. This is reported by KRON4, which is one of their local news affiliates out there. And yeah, right here. Morgan Hill to enforce a curfew Wednesday night. Now, I realize that's not martial law because, you know, if you're out at night and you're not supposed to be, martial law means there's military, you get shot. Well, what does a curfew mean? What does a curfew mean? Holy shit. Yeah, okay, this bothers me a lot. Okay, so again, let me check the phones, make sure we're not making people wait like last time. But yeah, so is this, what does this do? How does this make you feel? Is that, again, you know, if you're bored, fine. We'll be on to other things that are less boring to you soon and in the next show and whatever. But I think in this instance here, now let's read some of this. Let's actually play this video. They're going to say it better than I can say it. So let's see what they have to say. Morgan Hill curfew in effect due to shutoff. Yeah. All right, here we go. And hopefully this plays correctly and everybody can hear this. Action. Yeah, of course not. That would be too easy. All right, go.
Stepping up their enforcement there, and officials say that, you know, they're trying to make sure.
Okay, one sec. I'm going to just boost this audio, and we're going to listen to this properly. Okay, so Morgan Hill, martial law. No, sorry. I wink, wink. I meant curfew. I just misspoke. All right, here we go. Action.
That people who might have bad intentions don't hit the streets to take advantage of that opportunity if the streets are dark. KRON 4's Michelle Kingston live in Morgan Hill for us, where people are preparing for possible darkness in maybe an hour, maybe more, maybe
Who
never.
knows?
What do you think, Maureen?
Yeah, we're not sure when that will happen. I'm just outside a busy shopping plaza here where a lot of people are gearing up and preparing, getting that food and water and ice for the possible power shutoff. At this point, we're not sure if it will happen or not. They say right now, if it does happen, it'll be around 8 o'clock. And that's when that curfew will also take place. So people not only just packing up and getting everything for that power shutoff, but also getting back in their cars and getting home before that curfew begins.
It says 12 o'clock here and 4 o'clock there, and I don't know. So like I said, we haven't been affected yet, but I'm hoping we don't be.
People in Morgan Hill are unsure when or if they'll lose power, but are preparing for the possibility. Pacific Gas and Electric say about 38,000 customers will be affected by the power shutoff throughout Santa Clara County. In Morgan Hill, city officials are enforcing a curfew once the lights go out. They say this is for the safety of the community.
Well, this curfew is to prevent.
Okay, is to prevent anybody from actually knowing what the hell's happening here. Okay, it's the video cut off, but so here it is. This article reads: amid safety concerns during PG&E's widespread power shutoffs across the Bay Area, some cities are cracking down on now here it is, right, on potential crimes that could be committed during this time in impacted areas. The city of Morgan Hill will be enforcing a curfew starting at 8 p.m. Wednesday through 6:30 a.m. Thursday due to the power shutoff. If you aren't walking around, we highly encourage you to go home and be at home. If you are in a darkened area, it's for your safety and the safety of others. Have we heard this before? Have we heard that whatever the state puts into place, that they're doing it for our safety, for public safety, right? It's always about public safety. And what that means is them telling you what to do and how to do it and when to do it. And so I know this is a small sample. This is really, as far as I'm aware, unprecedented. And yeah, like it seems simple. But what? Like, so no refrigeration, no power. I'm not sure if they shut the gas off, but I would imagine. I don't know what the hell's going on. What the hell's going on out there? Some comments. Jessica Massness says up to 2 million without power and in California. Yeah, exactly. Adrian says, luckily I run solar in my home. Please come shut my power down, California. No, that's the point, right? So it's bizarre that you need to be some sort of sustainable, like self-sustainable, or what? So okay, so now extrapolate this thought. Now just follow me down this weird little rabbit hole for just a second. And so this is the power grid. And so this is not a Russian state, Chinese state action bringing down the power grid. This is not some sort of a gigantic catastrophe like a hurricane or a tsunami or, a meteor strike, God forbid, anything like that. This is just simply a decision of, well, we have to hedge our bets and shut it down because why? Because what? I don't know. I'm still confused. If anybody can explain this, please call me 702-957-1037. We're talking about California and how they are without power tonight and last night and the previous night, and portions that change and grow and yeah. So I'm not exactly sure. And there is an interactive map. So let's pull this up. Let's pull up the map. Hold on. Here we go. So power outages in the Bay Area. Where's the map? Here it is. Linking this. I haven't linked anything yet because I'm busy trying to do it all myself. But here we go. Linking this. If you guys want to check this out, this is the interactive map of the San Francisco Bay Area and the power grid and what they're shutting down and how you can be affected. So I'm going to zoom in here. You guys can check this out right on the live stream. And again, if you're listening to audio only after the fact on a podcast or what have you, you can come check out YouTube and you'll see all this stuff right there on the screen. But here you go. So see all the areas in red? This is nuts. So we got San Jose down here. San Francisco's in the middle. North of that's going to be Santa Rosa, where most of the red is up here. Because, of course, if nobody's been to California, over on this side near Santa Rosa, this is where it's like super lush, tons of trees, I guess maybe tons of wind. I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening there and why this is the biggest impacted area. But you can actually see, you zoom in, and look at all that. These are actual areas that are impacted with no power. With no actual, what would you say? No catastrophe. No actual emergency. I don't know. Does this qualify as an emergency to you? It freaks me out a lot. So what if this starts happening? So, okay, the only time I can think in my lifetime of something similar was that Enron bit. And I don't remember, it was, a long time ago. I didn't really pay attention. It was some dirty bastards making some money on the power grid. And, people, I'm pretty sure people died then because they had rolling brownouts and these types of things. And, cooking the books. And because, again, like I said, frail people, young and old, the sick, whatever, when the power goes out, people suffer. And so, yeah, that's kind of the point right here. Anyway, okay, so not listening to you, Todd. Sorry, buddy. This is important to talk about. Kelly says, what's up, Kelly? The state government has been ripping people off. A news story came out. The state gave $1 billion to help build homes for the homeless, but nothing built. Let's see. Thomas says, yes, but when I tried talking about all this, you silenced me. Who silenced you? I didn't silence you, man. 702-957-1037. Never silencing anybody, man. It's literally a matter of time is what happens. We run out of time. There's a lot to talk about. Being behind a microphone and having to keep words rolling and coherent thoughts happening, and just trust me, I promise you, I'm not trying to silence anybody here, and we never have. So again, this is transparency. Click the Discord link. Your thoughts go there. You can call me anytime during the live stream, or that number stays live 24/7. You can leave me a message, on and on. It's not, nobody's being silenced. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so Timothy adds, what's up? Right on time, Mike. Right, like PG&E predicted. 3 different fires going. One burning through a trailer park. 3 days without power. It'll be zombies. Yeah, worse than that. It'll be butcher people. Then they're gonna start, eating each other and the whole deal. Eating the babies. I did look that up, by the way. The eating the babies. So I was gonna add that tonight, but I thought it was a little much. But we will talk about that. Let's see. Philip, fires are gonna happen. Only thing they are doing by shutting the power off is killing them. Water pumps, oxygen machines, climate control. Everything runs on electricity. Electricity. Let me speak like I know how to speak English. But that's exactly the point. And so I did pull this up, and again, we'll burn through this and then get on some other more interesting things. But again, if this is important and you think this is a conversation that needs to happen, call me. I want to hear about it. I want people from California. I want people from anywhere that think about it. If it's California now, it could be Chicago tomorrow. It could be New York the next day. Based on what? Like, what is this huge climate threat where they know that a wildfire is about to break out in California? They know. But if they knew, then they could stop it, right? If they knew when and where it was going to happen, you see these huge areas. Well, they're like, well, they don't know. They really don't know. So this thing might just, the weather system might blow through. Everything will be fine, whatever. Business as usual. But we're gambling. We're rolling the dice with the weather versus a monopoly type service for the people, which is life sustaining. That's kind of my point. Anyway, okay. Thomas says, Thomas, not silencing you, buddy. He says, eventually you will come to the same conclusion I came to, that you must revitalize constitutional militia statutorily if you want to live in a free state. That sounds very dangerous, like very dangerous words, Thomas. And I'm not going to say I disagree with you. How about that? Like that? You like that hedge in my bet that I don't get my door kicked in. We got a call coming in, and we'll take this in a sec. Let's see. Eric, what's up? What's the YouTube live stream labeled as? Aliens, conspiracy. Just go to troubleminds.org, Eric, and there's a link right on top that says listen live, I think, and that'll take you straight to the YouTube channel. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So Devin says Curtis is hard to read. Book one. Took one person 13 years to understand. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take this phone call. This is Juan Carlos from California. What's up, Juan Carlos from California? How you doing, buddy? What's on your mind tonight?
Hey, what's going on, bro? Just inputting, trying to throw a little input about this thing that's happening in California. To me, it seems a little fishy. just because, I mean, just like you guys were talking about, PG&E doesn't want to take no responsibility. I think it's like they kind of know something might happen, or if you think about the other fires that happened, the devastating fire at the Paradise, the campfire, a lot of people died, and I mean that's why PG&E is scared of. But if you really think about those fires, I mean, when those fires happened, there a lot of people question them because there were, to me, my personal opinion, I think there were what do you call them, HARP or fucking any those fucking things, that technology that the United States has already. We have, they can manipulate the weather, do all kinds of shit. And a lot of those fires that happened in that one time were just like, if you looked at certain burn zones, there was like trees were burning from the inside out. I mean, there was cars that were from people from trying to escape the fire that burned in their cars, and literally there was no trees, no shrubs, anything around them, which would cause the fucking car to just engulf in flames. There was houses where there would be like certain houses in blocks burnt, and then the houses right next door or trees and stuff on the other side was not touched at all. It's like, to me, a lot of people like thought the same thing. I was thinking that this was some type of, that they were trying to clear it up because they were trying to build that bullet train, and I guess they scratched those plans off, or I don't know if they still have them on the agenda. But I mean, I think they're just trying to clear out the land and trying to get out any people from that are living up in the mountains, and trying to, I don't know, some type of conspiracies happening here. And just these fires that they're bringing up just kind of reminds you and kind of puts you like into look at things. Like, as soon as they started talking about this, all the stores started fucking empty bottle. Like, you fucking go to yesterday I went to go get some waters from Food Co. And fucking their whole stockpile of water, there's maybe like another 15 cases left. But I mean, fucking the lines were fucking packed. All the gasoline stations out here were full. Even earlier, I keep passing by, and there's still the gasoline station is busier than usual. Like, people are still stocking up and buying shit. So it just kind of puts you to think, like, this is just a little fucking shutdown of power energy. Imagine if this shit was something big or anything. I mean, fuck, we would be fucking helpless. I mean, shit would fucking really be looking bad. And with everything that's going on right now, is just kind of gets you like fucking like, is there a big fire coming? I mean, like, there's a lot of things that run through your head, and it just kind of makes you question like everything that's going on. It's not normal, like these type of things. So yeah, I'm a little upset about that.
Okay, so you did go down to the store, and there were huge lines. There was a run on water. There was a run on gasoline. And think about that one more time. There's actually no disaster. There's no state foreign actor that's trying to bring down the power grid. There's no actual fires happening. There's no hurricanes or tsunamis or any of that stuff that I said. However, there's a run on the grocery stores and on gasoline. Like, what the hell is happening here? And again, this is a decision made by bureaucrats. Made by bureaucrats. And look what happens. Like, they can with the flick of a pen, they cause an emergency. And I think when you extrapolate that from the go ahead.
Yeah, fucking generators. You called any Home Depot, they were fucking sold out. My son's mother, which I'm not with her anymore, but that's why I say my son's mother. But she's a store manager of fucking some big produce store. And last night they called her about, and it's unexpectedly that they're shutting off these fucking power, and they don't give a fuck who they shut it down to, because they called her at fucking midnight or something, and they said, hey, you need to come over here and fucking and organize all this, because we got to move all the fucking the frozen products and anything that got to get stored away, because they just did it unannounced. I mean, it's not like they'll give you a warning, like, or early, like where I live, they've been giving us warnings, oh, it's going to happen at this time. Oh, no, they didn't shut it off, but they shut it down in the city next to us. They're like, okay, maybe we're up by 8 o'clock, and then they just keep postponing it. And then, I mean, if they do it at night, I'm probably asleep if they did. But, I mean, other neighboring cities around me, like I live in the Bay Area, like there's a lot of places that have been getting shut off. and they don't give you no warning, because not even if you're like fucking a high chain food producer store or whatever. I mean, I'm just saying because they called her in out of the blue, she wouldn't unexpectedly, you know. So I don't know. I think they're gonna have a lot of backlash from a lot of these companies, a lot of people that are they're fucking. Imagine all these fucking these people that own their own businesses, fucking like they were already. I heard a lot of people talking about how, you know, how are they gonna fucking, you know, make this shit, where all the fucking frozen things they have, where are they gonna put them? You know, they don't got fucking. If they will probably try to buy generators, they're probably sold out. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, just a lot of people are gonna be angry about this.
Yeah, no, exactly, and they should be. They absolutely should be, because you know somebody made a comment a ways up and said that, hey, you know, I spent a lot of time without power, blah blah blah, boo hoo. No, that's like that. You're young, you're healthy, you know, you're able to sustain these conditions. A lot of people are not. Like the power grid and constant 24-hour access to it is one of the reasons why our life expectancy has gone up so much in the West, right? Of course, it's like kind of tailing off now. We can argue the reasons all we want, but you kind of get the point. This is frightening, and again, there's no actual disaster. It's the flick of a pen and some people that are scared of some lawsuits, and so that's it. That's what's causing this, and you see what happens. It's like a mild pandemonium. It's not mass chaos, but it does affect people. You went to the store, huge lines, went to the gas station, huge lines. Imagine if something real happened, just like you said, man. Sick world. Anything else while we got you on the phone, man?
No, that's it, bro. And I just was gonna tell you, I don't know if you remember, but I was gonna talk to my mother and try to get us stories about last time we were talking about like witches transforming and doing all kinds of stuff, like those stories that you hear back as a child, and see if there's any truth to them. Well, I haven't talked to her, but I'll probably get a chance with her, probably within a week, and then I'll message you or send you a link on Discord or something about anything that I find.
Yeah, perfect, man. I'd love to hear the stories if you can get some of those retold, because if anybody missed the last show, we were talking about chupacabras a little bit and some of the cryptids, and Juan Carlos here from California said that he had some stories from when he was young, that he was told from his mother about witches that shape changed and came in and sucked babies' brains out, right? So we're waiting for details on that. So, okay, looking forward to that. You know where to send it, troublemindsradio@gmail.com, or hit me up on Discord, and that's where we'll do it. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, brother. Well, you have a good night, and you have a great show.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you listening. You too. Okay, we got one more. We're going to take this call, and let's go. All right. You're on Trouble Minds with Mike. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Eric from Pittsburgh. How you guys doing this evening?
Eric from Pittsburgh. Good, man. How are you?
Good. I came across a video the other day on YouTube that was about 5 days old, and I wasn't sure if you guys covered it yet or not, but it was pretty entertaining, right? It's the Joe Rogan Experience, episode 1361, where he has Commander David Fravor from the U.S. Navy, and he worked his way up the ranks and did a 2-hour documentary with Joe Rogan on his experience while in flight and his experience where he was dispatched to intercept a UFO, and they themselves have the video of the UFO and everything that had occurred. I put the comment in the links into the chats for both YouTube and Facebook. I was just curious if you guys had covered this or if it was something that is on a future episode.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure this particular one. Does this have something to do with the Tic Tacs and To the Stars Academy, or is this something entirely different?
So he referred to it as a Tic Tac because on their IR radio, IR infrared, also on their other I'm not a U.S. pilot. I don't know their infrared technology lingo. He used different lingos for it, but basically it was the one that it flew from belly forward, and it was technology that was anti-propulsion. He referred to it from the Bob Lazar technology. But it was a 2 hour documentary that I listened to, and this guy's a credible guy, right? He was in the military for how many years? And I wasn't sure if you guys were talking about this or covering it.
Yeah. So if this is the Tic Tacs, then we have covered that extensively. If it's not, I will check it out. So you said it's on Joe Rogan. Which episode? One more time, and I will take a look, and we'll get back on the next. We'll circle back on the next episode.
Yeah, that's 1361. It's
Okay.
labeled as Commander David Fravor.
Okay.
Fravor. But it might be similar to the Tic Tac. I truly believe there's probably multiple, but no, I just wanted to see if you guys covered it or not. Maybe I could follow it on a previous one, but it seems pretty credible, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that with the Tic Tacs and I don't know if they probably covered it in the podcast with Joe Rogan. He's very good, by the way. I don't need to tell you that, but they talk about the government has recently, in the last 6 months or 8 months, have actually come out and acknowledged specifically that we don't know what these things are, and they are some sort of a craft that has these weird propulsion technologies, and they've said we just don't know what they are. So either, again, they're telling the truth, the government's telling us the truth, or right, maybe they don't know, or maybe they do know, and they're just telling, feeding us a line. Who knows? I think that's the worst part, is that, however, you're right. We have eyewitness testimony from trained aviators, and that's what you're talking about. Yeah, no. So I will check that one out. But we did do man, we've talked about this ad nauseum. If it's the Tic Tac stuff, because there's the Nimitz incident from 2004, and then I think they had the what was it called? There's 3 videos basically, and they're all associated with To the Stars Academy. So Todd says it's the same video, Mike. The pilot just said UFOs were real, like we didn't already know. That's old news. Well, I mean, I think the official bit is that it kind of clunks out slowly. But okay, yeah. Okay, if it's the same video, we have talked about that a ton, but I will circle back, check that out, and we'll cover it in the future, because the government seems to be releasing information about it every other day, or it just kind of keeps rolling out. But yeah, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. Sorry.
No, absolutely. The only reason I called that to attention was in the video of the 2-hour long, it's drawn out. But they had said that the Pentagon had released this information to the public, which makes it all the more interesting. Why would they release this to the public if it's something that would be top secret? So that's what kind of brought my eyebrow up, and I figured it was worth. But if you guys actually watch this full 2-hour Joe Rogan experience, episode 1361, I think it might be worth a future video, future whatever, with you guys. But I was wanted to bring it to your attention if you guys didn't know it was out there, I guess.
Okay, appreciate that. Yeah, so if it's the same stuff, we've covered it a ton. And actually, Frank had some theories about where some of that just might be like infrared camera anomalies that seem to be common. So I'll see what I can dig up from our old stuff that we talked about, and see what new information comes out of that Joe Rogan stuff. But we will definitely follow up on that. Thank you for the tip, man. I can't catch it all. Right? So if you guys aren't pointing stuff out, then I'm missing stuff. So I'm only one dude at this point. We're down to Frank. Man down. But, you calling in and talking about this helps, because now I know where to look. So I will definitely check it out. Anything else while we got you on?
No, hey, I appreciate your time, and thank you so much for the live feed.
No. Thank you for listening. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it a lot. Okay, so there we go. All right, so all right, where were we? So we will at some point circle back to that, to the UFOs, to the Tic Tac, to the Nimitz incident of 2004, and there you go. I made a note. Here we go. I made a note. Joe Rogan, episode 1361. Thank you for the tip. So if anybody's out there listening and wants to check it out, there's where he got the information. Okay, so let's finish this up and then get to some fun stuff. So this was the California wildfire map, all right, of the areas that are down. And so what I want to point out, and what Juan Carlos said, and he's completely right, is, check this out. As reported by the San Francisco Chronicle, when the power goes out, so does the water in some places, right? seems obvious. It seems like one of those things where you're like, we don't need water, right? You go down to the store, you buy some water. But you hear what Juan Carlos said. He lives in California, and look at these people in the photograph in the article here. They're at the store. What are they doing? They're stocking up on ice. They're going after the water. They got pallets of ice out front. So what the hell's actually happening here? Like this creeps me the hell out. And again, we're going to burn through this and finish because we've been long. But okay, so there we go. This is from today. KCRA 3, PG&E, 500,000 customers remain in the dark. We will continue to take calls on this if you guys want to. 702-957-1037. And so what's happening here? 500,000 customers. That's a lot. But it kind of got me thinking. Has anybody heard of Agenda 21? You want to go full tinfoil hat? We're gonna move on from this, but I'll link these. Agenda 21. We'll circle back another time and we can look at this in particular. Agenda 21. But let me read this real quick. Agenda 21 is a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally, and locally by organizations of the United Nations system, governments, and major groups in every area in which human impacts on the environment. So is this environmental, this California wildfire bit, or is this some rich bastards not doing their jobs that don't want the liability of not doing their jobs? And so they expect you and me and grandma and sick kids and people that are frail to suffer for this. Because, like if you're young and reasonably healthy, you don't suffer from this. It's the marginal people, the people that need these utilities to survive that suffer. So anyway, linking it up, we'll talk about this. Agenda 21. Oh, and hold on. Before, here's some highlights of Agenda 21. We've gone long. What time is it? Here we go. I'm going to put up a poll. We're doing a poll. We're going to put a poll on Facebook. Do you want to finish California wildfires and talking about this, or you just want to just get to some fun shit? Talk about some aliens or some ghosts or some witches or some other bullshit. I'm putting up a poll. We're doing this. And I say bullshit affectionately, so don't take that in a negative way. Here we go. What do you want to talk about? Polls going up on Facebook. If anybody wants to continue with this, or we'll just keep on trucking with some other stuff. There you go. What do you want to talk about? And of course, if you want to change the subject at any time, call me. 702-957-1037. California fires, which there are no fires. How about we've got, what else do we got? Let me see what we got here. Here's what we got on deck. There's some other good stuff. Oh, I'm going to bring up the Georgia guidance stones in just a second. But how about, let's see, random, creepy stuff? Here we go. Random creepy. We'll do that. California fires, random creepy, or I picked another one out. Random creepy means kind of Halloween stuff. There's ghosts, clown sightings, this type of thing out there in the wilderness. Or I've got this other one that I pulled out. There's a few articles. We can talk about the evil eye. How about that? Okay. So if you want to talk about California fires, vote. If you want to talk about random creepy stuff, vote for that. If you want to talk about the evil eye, got several articles picked out about that. We can talk about that in depth. Or how about we just go none of the above? And none of the above means we just end it right now. Okay, so there you go. It's a joke, of course. If you all vote that, I'm gonna talk about what I did today, what I ate for lunch. Okay, here we go. So the poll is up on Facebook again. What do you want to talk about? Is it continue with the California wildfires, random creepy, or you want to talk about the evil eye? I got some things here, and yeah, here we go. Todd, for to whom the bell tolls, yeah, or something. Let's see. Let's read some comments here. Majestica Madness, I'm reading you about the concentration of gold in the human body. That's something I'll look into for the future. I've noted it. I don't know enough about it to really talk about it, so I will again, remind me. Adrian says, what's up, Mike? Since Mr. Pierce is out next show, could I help you out with co-host? I'm experienced. We'll keep it. Yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it. Why don't you call in right now? 702-951. Wait. Give me a call now. Get on the show, and then show me you're experienced. And keep it professional. 702-957-1037. Give me a call. Adrian, yes, I'm open to that. Like, this is the point. This is why we do it live. That's entirely the point that we kind of crowdsource this. We talk about this together. And, me rambling in a microphone, like preaching at people, doesn't do a lot, which is why it's important that you guys contribute. So, yeah. There we go. All right. Fred says that, the CEO all have electrical power. Yeah, I wonder about that, right? So they're in particular areas where they have their own setups, their own generators, they have solar power, they have all this. And so, of course, the elite, the rich, are never affected by this. Never. The poll should be up. It should be on Facebook. You don't see the poll? Does anybody else not see the poll? There should be a poll up. They changed their stupid poll software. Hi, Facebook. Yeah, Luke. Frank has disappeared. I guess that's a good word. Still waiting for him to come back. He never said that he's not coming back. He just said that we're taking a break, and so we'll see. So we're monitoring the situation. If anybody has information, I'd love to hear about it. Eric, if we are offered a co-host, I would love to put together some material for a show. I have a lot to bring to the table. Yeah. Email me, guys. This is the thing, right? If you guys want, we can rotate people, whatever. Again, this is not set in stone. And go back and listen since the very first one. We're not here trying to preach to you, and only when we are, it's because we're trying to get through material, and we have nobody calling. Like, go back to the very beginning. Like, this is about you. This is about us as a group. Okay, so poll is populated. Thank you. Everything's good. Poll popped up on this live feed. Sweet. Okay, so we got what do you want to talk about? Random creepy. We got California wildfires. The evil eye. Nobody wants the evil eye yet. All right, so go ahead and vote. None of the above. Thanks, Todd. You're the best. Jeez. Okay, and then here we go. Dakota, dude, this is the thing. I'd love to get on this show. Hey, check it out. 702. I'm going to read the number. The number is up. 702-957-1037. If you pick up the telephone, the telly, like they call it in Britain, and you dial those numbers, 702 is a Las Vegas area code. 702-957-1037. You will get on the show right now, right this second. Like post haste, within a minute, you will get on the show. So, if you want to, there's literally no excuse. There's no excuse. It's called transparency, and we're not right about everything, and we are a little paranoid sometimes. But the things we talk about are important, I hope, and at least get people thinking about them. So, there we go. So, Todd voted. Yeah, obviously Todd voted none of the above. He's the resident troll. Call in, Todd. We want the Anunnaki update. What's changed since the California wildfires that haven't happened? Okay, so okay, that's okay, Majestica. You don't have to call. It's not a requirement. It's just what transparency is about. Try and pick up the phone and call Gavin Newsom right now in California and ask him about the power. Guess what? You're gonna get a voicemail. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Okay, we're gonna just keep. Okay, let me finish this up, and then we'll continue talking about whatever the hell we voted for. So keep on voting. The poll's on Facebook, and look at this. As we wind this out, just this little blurb on the California fires. Has anybody ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones? All right. The Georgia Guide, I'm going to write from the Ministry of Truth, Wikipedia. The Georgia Guidestones are a granite monument erected in 1980 in Elbert County, Georgia, in the U.S. A set of 10 guidelines is inscribed on the structure in 8 modern languages, and a shorter message is inscribed at the top of the structure in 4 ancient language scripts. Okay, so check this out. What the hell, really? Okay, so let me read from this other source. This is atlasobscura.com. This is a better source. So let me slap this in there. There's your link to follow. In June of 1979, a man going by the pseudonym of R.C. Christian approached the Elberton Granite Finishing Company with the task of building a monument. He said that no one was to ever know his true identity, and that or that of the group that he was representing. He seemed to have an endless supply of money to fund the project, and by the terms of the legal contract, all plans had to be destroyed after completion, all information about him withheld from the public. So in 1980, the stones were finished. They carry a tablet in front proclaiming, "Let these be guide stones to an age of reason." Okay, think about that. An age of reason. Like somebody out there with money, and it could be people in high levels of power. It could be just some knucklehead that struck it rich, right? Who knows? But it was very critical that they remain secret. Okay, let these be guide stones to an age of reason. Engraved in the stones are 10 guidelines meant to reestablish the planet and society, perhaps after an apocalypse. They're written in 8 different languages: English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian, and among other commandments preach to, this is important, maintain humanity under 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. All right, so there's 8 plus billion people on the planet. So what does that mean? 500 million means you exterminate or maybe send to another dimension. I don't know. 7.5 plus billion people. So think about it. Think about this. This is perpetual balance with nature. And I think that again, the good conversation in my mind comes to, okay, are we destroying the planet so much that butchering billions of people is a good alternative? There's your tinfoil hat take. And then it continues, more other commandments. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Balance personal rights with social duties. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Hi, China. Talking to you. And every other, but China. Hi, China. Okay, so, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Yada, yada. If you guys have heard of this, and there it is. Sinister Sights, the Georgia Guidestones. Yeah, is this sustainability? Is this what's happening in California? Is this the Georgia Guidestone sustainability model of the Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030? I have no idea. It scares the shit out of me, to be honest, because if I'm even close to on the trail of this, and I could be some sick paranoid individual, but if I am, then this bothers me. Okay, so let's go. Dakota, I'll call you when I can think of a topic. Hey, we got the topics. Take the poll. California fires, random creepy, evil eye, none of the above. Thanks, Todd, you're the best. Charles, thanks for showing up. Yeah, Timothy's in Georgia. What's up? I didn't know you were in Georgia. Have you seen the Guidestones? The other Todd, what's up, by R.C. Christian? Yep, exactly. Let's see. Feed is incredible tonight. Thanks, Eric. I'm not sure what you mean in particular, but it's okay. Yeah, Philip says, yep, Georgia Guidestones, a.k.a. what to do once we reset the world. But that's what I mean, right? So is that a guide to what happens after the world is reset? Some sort of cataclysm or doom happens? Or better yet, is this a guide to how we get there? Sustainability means we do away with how many millions of people. And let me tell you something. If you cut the power in huge swaths for months, what do you think will happen? If you can cite a climate, actually foreseeing a climate disaster without it actually happening, and then you cut the power as a result to preempt it, you're killing people. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Majestica Madness says purge, and that's exactly right. Michael says, hey, Jew Screen Man and Mark Man, what's happening, buddy? Thanks for being here. Thanks for calling in, Eric. Appreciate it. And the thing is, okay, I got you. No audio issues. I like that. Okay, get Juices to fill in for Frank. Okay, yeah, whoever. We're taking auditions until Frank decides to show up. Whatever. You know what to do. 702-957-1037. We're looking at the poll. But how do you feel about that? How does this make you feel, the California fire business? There's no fires, but the power is shut down, right? Is it liability? It's about money. It's about their money versus your safety. And I think it's an important conversation to have. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for being here. And let's see. Yeah, I agree. The other Todd says that the power has never been cut before. I think willingly. Yeah, I think you're right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the thing. Philip says, I hope the FBI and MIB agents didn't scare Frank too damn much. Yeah, you guys remember the last night he was on? Yeah, he was messing around outside his house. Yeah, he's had that quite often, actually, like noises outside the house. I don't know. I can't vouch to that and say that it's conspiratorial. Like, he joked it was raccoons that one time, but anyway, whatever. Okay, thanks for being here, Jeremy. All right, so we're going to look at the poll, and we're going to move on to these other topics. Again, if you want to back up and you want to talk to about any of this stuff, you know what to do. You know what to do. Remember, this is called transparency. I'm Michael Strange. This is Troubled Minds Radio. I'm one dude. Without you guys, I'm nothing. I'm just some jerk talking into a microphone on the internet, right? But if you want to call in and you want to be part of this and you want to contribute, you want to say hi, you want to give feedback on the show, there's the phone number. Open to everybody. You got a phone? 702-957-1037. Okay, let's see. Juan Carlos says, bro, I think I figured out how this well-oiled machine works. All right. Look forward to hearing that. Okay, let's see. Todd says, it makes me feel like this is exactly why we should not pay the government for anything and hook up our own electricity. I think that's kind of the point, right? So what's the sustainability? Is it individual sustainability? Because if we rely on bureaucrats, what do you get? I won't even go into healthcare. Okay, all right, let's go. We're going to read the poll. We're going to move on. So what do you want to talk about? We got California fires is 29%. We got random creepies 50%. We got the evil eyes 14%. We'll save that for another time. Todd voted none of the above. Thanks, Todd. You're the best. Jeez. Philip, seriously, if they decide to start cutting power across the country in mass effect, there's going to be all hell breaking loose and tons of people dying. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, in many cases, no power, no water. You heard what Juan Carlos from California said when he called in. He said he went down to the damn store, went down to the damn gas station, and everybody was doing it, and there were lines with no disaster. Right? Oh, shit. If that doesn't freak you out, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. Okay, we got a call coming in. We're going to take this, and here we go. What's up?
Obviously.
Juan Carlos, you're back.
Hello?
How you doing, buddy? Explain it.
Hey, how's it going again? Yeah, bro. So, I mean, obviously, if people want to talk about it, might as well give it a call, right? So I was like, fuck it, might as well call now and get it, since I have it in my head, might as well tell you about it.
Yeah, do it.
So basically, my topic is right now about how basically our life, everything we live, we're just a repeating pattern from generations to fucking decades ago. Everything from the how we're living right now, just like we're not fucking. And if you go back into the slaves, is like now we're modern slaves, but with that back then we were in chains, and before that in the Egyptians, everything's the same. It was always ran this whole operation. It's always been done the same. And just how you were talking about doing a reset, that's the whole game for them. Is like, before they ever come down to the day we find out that all these high politicians, people in all these places get unmasked and people find out what the crimes that they committed and everything, and that they're going to lose the power to this whole structure and everything falls on them, they're going to destroy the planet. They're going to fucking start a World War III. A nuke's going to happen or something's big. They're not going to let it all go down. They'd rather fucking kill everybody off and reset this whole thing. If you look at it back in the day before Christ, everything was always fucking control of the masses, keep us fucking submissive, dumbed down, and not fucking paying attention, always fighting each other. I mean, these presidents that we have are fucking jokes. It's like if you're watching a fucking soap opera waiting for the next episode of what did you hear the stupid shit that Trump just said, something about Biden fucking was never a good president, cause the only thing he was a good president was because he was kissing Obama's ass. Like, he really said that? Like, that's your president? You have people insulting everything that are the people that are running us, when they're fucking insulting each other. It's like some stupid shit. It's like, fucking, we really have this dude that has fucking running our country. I mean, he's doing positive shit, don't get me wrong, but he's talks acting like an idiot, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
got anything against Trump because he's probably done more shit than Obama did. I mean, it's all fucking a scam against the people. The fucking the federal banks, these banksters that fucking it's like they have it's like just like fucking PG&E. They monopoly this shit. They have control of everything, and we're just a fucking cycle of the same thing. The same thing back to our ancient times is they've been running us, and if there's anything that we unmask or we uncover at them, they either try to hide it or something big's gonna happen and reset this shit again. Just like you were talking about the Georgia Guidestones, it's like they're bound if they don't get their way where they could implement the new world order and we abide by their fucking by their rules and really fucking give up our whole rights. I mean, that's the only way we'll fucking make it living. Besides that, if we don't abide by what they want to fucking implement on us, they're gonna reset this whole world and fuck it. You know, they got the money to fucking what's his name? Wasn't he supposed to already start sending people pretty soon? He was gonna fucking charge like 100,000 or some shit to have flights up to the moon or in a rocket or something. What's his name? Elon Musk, I think. But yeah, all in all, it's a fucking big ass conspiracy against the people where you think you're living your life, but this life's fake. It's false. Everything you've been taught, your history, everything you've just been fucking programmed to believe a fucking lie. And if you look in your history book, there's a lot of shit. That's why they say if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. Because why? These people that are running the show are playing the same fucking game. They see that we're too stupid, distracted, sitting on our ass, eating potato chips, watching football. That's what they want. Besides that, they could fucking keep running the world, taking your money and you thinking that that's all that life's about. And it's fucking, I mean, people should be waking up about this shit. It's like you start doing research, and people should be searching shit right now left and right, because if they don't, once the internet gets censored, you know, they're already censored, you know about all this shit, Facebook, all that shit. I mean, everything's monitored, and pretty soon they're going to try to censor, take it away, just like they're trying to take your Second Amendment and all this bullshit. But
and
yeah,
your First
bro,
Amendment.
I mean,
and your First Amendment.
It's a really it's a trip.
Yeah. Hey, Juan Carlos, I visit the Bay Area from time to time. When I do, can I buy you a beer? I'd love to.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Okay.
Talk about some crazy stuff.
You're on Discord, right?
Yeah, I'm on Discord, but I don't really be going on there. I'd rather just whenever you guys when you come on, I just get my notification on YouTube.
Okay, fair enough. Just wanted to say, I appreciate your input. Thanks for the call. Like all that information is amazing, man. This is the type of thing, right? Refute anything he said. He's spot on about many things right there. There's a lot to get into. Okay, we're gonna get into some creepy shit though, because you guys voted for some creepy shit. Todd says fuckity fuck. What's up, buddy? And let's see. What else do we got? Let's read some comments, read some chat, and then we're gonna talk about some weird stuff. Eric says that before the Patriot Act, you didn't have any laws regarding this. Weird, huh? Weird. And weird how the Patriot Act was also supposed to expire, and it hasn't, because they continue to vote it in, because guess what? They'd rather have the Kabuki theater that Juan Carlos was talking about, and instead this shit show of a government that they're trying to actually portray is by the people, for the people. It's in the document, guys. Anyway, okay, all right. We're gonna let random creepy wins 50%. It's a resounding. All right, so we're gonna do that again. If you guys want to follow up on this and check it out, all of the links I talked about will be in the YouTube video in the description below. All that stuff. So if you want to check it out, go look at those links. I'm telling you, I'm not making this shit up. It's all there. Maybe I'm making some stretches, but I'm trying to maybe have a little bit of foresight and realize that just like people have said tonight, that there are elites that are not without power. Who suffers? It's us. It's the normal people. It's the people that pay the taxes. It's the people that the government is supposed to serve us. Anyway, okay, blah, 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 blah. Michael says, stop the wars. Eric says, internet was free and Patriot Act controlled what you search. Yeah, random creepy. Here we go. Okay. All right, check this out. All right, we're doing it. We've been talking about Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? I was having too much fun tonight. All right, here we go. Let's do random. Random. Okay, that's probably a little too. Okay, here we go. Check this out. Check this out. Here we go. You want random creepy? You got random creepy. All right. This is reported by Singular Fortean, and here it is. Here it is. Linking it if you guys want to check it out. And MUFON, which is of course the Mutual UFO Network, receives report of tall creature with bright eyes and large wings near Chicago's O'Hare Airport. And there's a nice little graphic here of, what is that? What does that look like? Like some sort of, I don't know, like winged humanoid with red glowing eyes. Okay, this is updated 10/10/2019, which is what? That's today. That's today. What do you know? The Mutual UFO Network received a report early Monday from a witness who said he was sitting in his car outside of Chicago's O'Hare International Airport on October 5th at around 9:45 p.m. when he spotted a tall creature with bright red eyes and large wings. According to case number 103855, this is what the individual said. I was sitting in my car waiting for my next Uber/Lyft call. I was parked on the side of the road near Toll Booth Plaza 31. Is a spot many drive-share drivers like to park to be close to the O'Hare terminals, which allows us to pick up rides from the airport. As I was sitting there, fiddling around my car, I saw something walk out of the trees. It was a tall creature, about 6 to 7 feet tall and kind of hunched over. It walked with a sort of gait like almost a waddle. It was completely black. When it swiveled its head, I saw two bright red glowing eyes. This thing opened up a pair of large wings as wide let me slow that down. This thing opened up a pair of large wings as wide as it was tall and began to flap them. It took off and headed to the south toward that large indoor driving range and the baseball park. It was gone in a few seconds. I've never been to Chicago. If anybody knows the area around Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, maybe you know what he's talking about. But this was reported to MUFON, and there's a critter. There's a critter at large in Chicago. Let's see. Investigator Lon Strickler of Phantoms and Monsters told the Singular Fortean Society, which is the website here. If I didn't link it, I'm going to link it. That the witness had contacted him by email after deciding not to speak directly with MUFON. So this is I heard it from a friend about the things you said, this sort of situation. But again, you understand why people use fake names when they call in and these sorts of things. They don't want to be doxxed. No problem, I get it. According to Strickler, the witness said he was contacted by a MUFON representative who told him that he wouldn't believe him unless he came forward with his name and a photo of himself. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Okay, well, sorry, sir, but for us to take you seriously, we're going to need a fingerprint, we're going to need a stool sample, we're going to need a blood sample, and we're going to need a retina scan. And then, and only then, will we take this report seriously. What? Really? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Okay, so this is the latest news in a string of Mothman sightings from within a few hundred-mile radius surrounding Lake Michigan, including every state bordering the Great Lake. These sightings ostensibly began in the spring of 2017, but more historical accounts are being reported as more people are become aware of the phenomenon. So, Mothman, right? We haven't talked a lot about Mothman, but that's kind of what they're talking about here. This is a report to MUFON through the other guys and an Uber Lyft driver. What's up? Michael says, save the babies. All right, we got random creepy. Is that creepy enough, or do you want more creepy than that? Taylor, the whole fundamental government processes are a scam. Yeah, amen, brother. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. Thomas says there's a peaceful remedy. I think that's the worst part about all this, right? Kind of tangent real quick away from the creepy, is that there is. I think there is a peaceful remedy in many cases, but we don't talk about that because it doesn't make people money, right? Or it makes the wrong people money. Yeah, let's see. Comments. Larry says, what's up, Larry? The Matrix is collapsing. The Matrix is collapsing. The planet is really a shithole, and Mr. Smith is stirring this cesspool. You guys know Mr. Smith from The Matrix, Neo. Mr. Anderson. You guys remember that guy? Okay. Taylor says, according to the lore of Mothman, he shows up before something bad happens. Okay, wait. So are we trying to say that in Chicago they're going to shut down the power grid because Mothman showed up? Hey, you never know. You never know. Eric says it's almost Halloween time. This could be a hoax. Yeah, I think every single thing we talk about, I think you have to have that caveat in the back of your mind, right? Like there could be some joker out there, me included, Frank included, us included, right? Like this could be maybe we're pulling an elaborate troll, right? Like but you have to always think that. You can't ever discount it because you just never know. You never know. You really literally never know. So you kind of have to have it in the back of your head. It just fool me once type of thing, right? Like what did George Bush say? Never fool me again, whatever he said. Anyway, so Thomas says I had an encounter with Mothman. Would you call me, please? 702-957-1037. If you actually had an encounter with Mothman, can you please call? I want to hear about it. We probably want to hear about it collectively. And yeah, awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Taylor says, well, he is a moth. I mean, they like lights. Yeah, good point. Let's see. Majestic says, matches the footprints I saw in the snow in Milwaukee, which is about an hour and a half drive from Chicago. Yeah. All right. So maybe this is a thing. Maybe this is happening. Maybe people are seeing this out there, and this has become a thing. Yeah. I don't know. All right. So there we go. There's a MUFON report of a tall creature with bright eyes and large wings near Chicago's O'Hare Airport. So there it is. There's some random creepy for you. If you guys want to talk about this or anything else, you know what to do. 702-957-1037, and that is what transparency looks like. If you want to say, Mike, you're a doomsaying fearmonger, and you're a prick, and I hate all the things you talk about. Yes, no sweat. Call me. It's fine. I've been called worse. It's all good. But that's part of the point, right? Like imagine calling up your senator, not that I'm equating myself to a senator, I would never stoop so low, and actually, being able to chew his ass, or her ass, or their ass, or whatever we're calling them now. But you get the point. It's transparency. Call me. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But there we go. So there's one random creepy. There's the phone number, and we've got some more. There's more. You guys voted for random creepy, you get random creepy. Eric says, please call if you had an encounter with the Mothman. See, we want to hear it. We do want to hear it. Let's see. Larry says, witch is working in Ouija and forgot to close the board, letting those otherworldly creatures in. Is that CERN? Are you talking about CERN? if they forgot to turn the machine off when they go home? Is it the same thing? Yeah, let's atom smash above a Ouija board and then forget to turn the switch off when we go home at night. Yeah, who knows? The upside down. Or Clown World. Has anybody heard of Clown World? Clown World. We're still waiting for you to call there. I'm going to call you out. Your first name, Thomas. If you actually had an encounter with Mothman, we'd love to hear it. Eric's saying, please call if you have. 702-957-1037. Open to anybody. If anybody would love to be on the show, like they say, there you go. Here's your chance. But okay, so we're going to continue on this next thing. Creepy, random, creepy. We got it. And we'll save the evil eye for another night. But, yeah. All right. I'll wait. Let's see. Do I have video to play? I think I have a video to play real quick so I can take a swig of some beer here. Yeah, hold on. I think that's the thing, right? I mean, other than Frank's amazing company, when he was talking, I could drink beer. Shit. I gotta just keep talking. Okay, let's see. Let's get me a breather real quick. Yet again, 702-957-1037. Call Las Vegas area code. Streaming from Vegas. And yeah, there it is. Let's see. Let's find us a video to play real quick. And here we go. Okay, here's a real UFO sighting. Here's your random creepy. So this is kind of short, and there's an article to go along with it, and then we'll jump into some more random creepy after that. But okay, so this is reported by again singlefortean.com. I'll link this. And UFOs filmed off North Carolina coast spark internet debate. I'm going to play this for a couple times through, and you can see what they're talking about. There appears to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 16, 18 lights in the sky. Literally lights in the sky. So here we go. Here's the actual YouTube video. Link in the URL if you guys want to check it out. But this yeah, here's random creepy. Play video for a minute. let me chug a beer, and we'll get right back to this. But please, if you did have Mothman, we want to hear about that too. Okay, so here we go. And oh wait, let's put it up on the screen. It helps if it's on the screen. All right, there we go. Action.
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look. Nothing around. No land, no nothing. Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all
right, playing it again, obviously. So what we're looking at, if you're audio only at this point, is he's literally what he's describing. He's out at sea on a ferry, like he said. There's no land anywhere in sight where he's panning the camera around. But then he goes bam, and you see a whole cluster of lights in the sky, and they appear to be hovering. You know, I mean, it's probably too far away to be fair to say they're falling or they seem to be just chilling. Here we go, action.
All of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look. Nothing around. No land, no nothing.
I think notably about this is that you hear the people kind of hooping and hollering behind him. Like there's some excitement there. People are like, "Hey, what the hell is this? What's going on?" But yeah, that's a cluster of lights. And hold on, so let's read this article real quick. This is a real UFO sighting, they say. So UFOs filmed off of a North Carolina coast spark internet debate. A video uploaded to the YouTube channel of William Guy is the latest UFO sighting to spark a debate on the internet. And this video, as of right now, has 911,000 views. So some people have seen this. There are a few people who've seen this. The incident is reportedly took place on September 18th, and Guy told local news reports that he is from Indiana, but it is in North Carolina as a part of a group of workers sent to repair damage on this island I can't pronounce, caused by intense flooding during Hurricane Dorian. He filmed the video while aboard a ferry crossing the Pamlico Sound from Oracoke Island, there you go, I said it, to Swan Quarter on the mainland. According to Guy, the original video he shot was 1.5 minutes long, but he had to edit the video to 30 seconds in order to upload it successfully. Call me, Guy, if you're out there. We'll talk about longer video files. And he says, anybody tell me what that is? He asked in the video. We're in the middle of the ocean on a ferry, nothing around. Look, nothing around, no land, nothing. And that's exactly what he said. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think? I did link it. Here we go. Here's the actual article itself. And is that compelling? Is it flares? Here, we'll read some of the actual takes on what people are saying about this. The internet conspiracy, the sparks the internet debate. I love the internet debates. Because you never know what you're gonna get. What's up, Todd? How you doing, buddy? All right, so let's see. This guy says the case 4. There's no relative motion with the objects. Flares move in the breeze. They fall at different rates, and if they were flares, you would see a dance of sorts as when the lights fall. Compare the images and shapes at 11 seconds to the images at 26 seconds. The shapes are in the same positions. And there you go. So that's one person saying, hold on, these things are kind of hovering. They're not falling. This is not flares. Somebody else says there's a bombing. Hold on. Let's see. Who is this? Let's credit this guy. Okay, this guy, Jimmy John. There's no name. There's a bombing range out there. We see it regularly. They are phosphorus flares on parachute devices. Oh, Paul Blake. Sorry, Jimmy John, to disparage you like that. Paul. So nothing to see here. Move along. So you get two very different takes about something that's anomalous and maybe compelling. I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you guys think about this? Have you seen this? So Majestica says she saw that he or she saw this. Sorry, I hate to assume your gender. Jesus, and yeah, I don't know. Michael says if Hillary was president, we might be eating China's ass. That was too good not to read. That was too good not to read. Joe, what's up? Joe says flares. Yeah, flares. I don't know though. Like again, so the guy says, "Look at the video. Go ahead and watch it slow. You can slow it down or whatever." And it kind of it seems like they're, yeah. I don't know if they're flares. I don't know if they're military flares. Eric says, how did he know to record? I think when you see stuff, you bust out your phone, right? I mean, they weren't going anywhere. No. Come on, they weren't going anywhere. They were hovering. Like look, go back and watch the video. It's like a 30-second video, and he was like saying, "Hey, look, these things have been in the sky. We're watching them. I'm recording them, and they're not falling. They're just chilling." Devin, what's up? Says, "I see them out where I live. I think they're UFOs, but the falling flares for Air Force." Maybe. Tony, what's up? Hi, everyone. Did anyone see the video where a triangular UFO recently caught? It was like a red color around 5:30 in the morning. I can share the link. Yeah, hey, if you haven't joined the Discord, please do. Here's the link. I got a Discord link. And share the stuff in there. So many people that listen to the show are in there. Many smart people. I'm linking it in all the chats. Join the Discord if you have not. And you can upload videos, link the videos, upload photographs. And yeah, there you go. I linked it. Fonzie, what's up? Says, Facebook keeps keeping me off your live. Yeah, you know what? Facebook is... how do I say this without getting kicked off myself? Let's say fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. You know what I'm talking about. Taylor, what's up? Buddy of mine says it's a mirage of the lights off a cruise ship. I don't know. Go look at that video, man. Like, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Fred says, I bet that's what the pilots from the Nimitz saw. And yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Jesus, you guys with the comments. Okay, so there it is. So we have some Mothman. We got some UFO. We got some other crazy stuff to talk about too. Clown World. Somebody mentioned Clown World, right? Does anybody know what clown? Hold on, let's roll up and read this. Let's see. Who said this? I think Michael said this. Let's see. Hillary runs Clown World. And I don't know about Hillary, like the Hillary comment, I think we live in Clown World. If anybody's not familiar with Clown World, think about it this way. Clown World is the upside down. Clown World is the Twilight Zone. Clown World is everything that happens, that seems to happen outside of common sense. And they try and tell you one thing, very Orwellian, like the newspeak, the doublespeak, the doublethink, the wrong think, and they try and gaslight you into believing the things that they're telling you. And let me explain something real fast. Just because I'm the loudest dude in the room raising my voice, waving my fist, doesn't mean you should believe me. It just means I'm the loudest, most belligerent idiot in the room. That's all it means. So there you go. All right, we're going to take this call. We got a phone call coming in. Thanks for calling. And what's up, Tamron? Tamron from South Africa. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Todd, what's this Clown World? Okay, so Clown World is the upside down. Clown World is what's happening in California with the lights going out when there's no actual disaster, right? Clown World is the elites making decisions based on their pocketbook and their inability to actually do what they said they were going to do with the money they were given and the protection of the state, the monopolies, and all this business. That's Clown World. And instead of doing all those things they're supposed to do, they just shut the power off and let you fend for yourself. That's Clown World. And I think the funny part is you can actually, the more you think about the world at large, the more you can come up with dozens or hundreds or thousands of examples of Clown World, because that's what it is. I haven't seen the Joker movie, but there you go, Clown World. Anyway, okay, so we're going to take this call. What's up? No, Tannerman, you didn't miss everything. We got an archive saved just for you. You can catch the entire conversation. All right, let's do this. You are on Troubled Minds with Mike. No Frank tonight, but where do you call? Which first name are you calling from?
Man, it's Joe, the funeral director from Florida.
Joe from Florida. How you doing, my man? What's on your mind tonight?
Not too bad. I haven't been listening in too much lately because I'm usually working early in the morning. But when it came to those flares, you would think that anybody that watches that or videos it would videotape it to the end results. Like they would disappear, they would do something, and if he didn't, they would have explained that in the article. Plus, there should be other videos that other people took that were on that boat. You know, an example of this would be, I think a couple of years ago, there was a sighting off of the coast of New Orleans on a cruise ship. And that was corroborated. There was a radio station that had brought it up, like a local radio station, and other people had called in that were on an oil rig that corroborated the same thing, that there was an actual object. And I don't remember if the object came out of the water or in the water, but I guess what I'm getting at is there was a beginning to the story and there was an actual end to the story, that these things flickered out, they left, they did something other than catch 30 seconds of video of something hovering there. So, you know, those are the things that make me believe that it's probably a training flare. I know a couple of weeks back, there was supposedly another sighting out west. I don't know if it was in Vegas or not, kind of like the Vegas lights or whatever that were out there. And it came out later that it was skydivers with the flares diving and then, you know, catching air underneath their parachutes and kind of making maneuvers. So that's the most likeliest thing. I know a couple of weeks ago here in Florida locally, I look at the UFO Stalker website every so often. And it was a Clearwater cop, because I live in Pinellas County. I'll just put it out there. And I was curious. I was just reading through some of these reports, and a Clearwater officer had to answer a call about 1 o'clock in the morning. And he said he came through a clearing, you know, where there was some suspicious person, and he saw a triangle. And it was about 40 feet off the ground. Maybe I'll link the report up before you guys finish the show. But he said this thing just moved quietly, and he got it on camera. So he got to the call, and he said the thing just went away. And he was pretty, you know, I guess astounded by it, whatever. And he took video on his phone of the actual dash cam video. However, you know, you would wish the video was uploaded. It was not. And it kind of makes me wish I was an investigator locally, because I'd like to seek the guy out. Because what he described was similar to something that I saw with my son about 3 or 4 years ago. And that was early in the evening. It was quiet. And he still swears it was a V shape like wings of a plane. But we both know it was quiet. It made no noise. And it seemed to just fly away once it was noticed. And it was just really odd. So, you know, that's all I'm calling, just to give you some things on the sightings. As far as Clown World, they know what they're doing. The rest of us are playing checkers. Those people are playing chess. You can see it in all the politics. There's a show on Netflix called The Family. If you haven't read the book, you should read the book, because I did. And both of these sides, Republican and Democrats, they don't care. We all know that. The rest of us know it. Whether you support this guy, you support that lady, they got us all in their back pockets. They only care about the bottom line. They're not going to throw us any scraps. So that's it. And they've got us pretty much trained. We are not like Taiwan, where we're all striking in the street wearing masks. People of Taiwan are doing that. When Puerto Rico had an issue with the government, all the Puerto Ricans came out, and there was a big difference between the Puerto Ricans, the Taiwanese, versus us in the United States. They're all the same people. Everybody in the United States, it's the great experiment. That question's been asked since the founding of the country. Is the experiment going to fail? What's going to happen? We're all divided, and we all know that. We all know it. It's like tribalism, and that's what we go into. And it's such a shame when you look at the people in Taiwan, and they're fighting. And this is what makes me wonder. If the Chinese put soldiers on the mainland, what are we going to do? Because everybody hates the hegemon. And we used to be the hegemon. We used to keep the balance of power. And granted, we did dirty things, and every country does. But what's going to happen when a whole country that was ruled by England might have Chinese soldiers from the mainland in there? Are we going to sit there? What kind of signal that's going to put to the rest of our enemies? Just something to think about. What we're getting drawn into.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. I want to point out real quick. We got a question from the chat, and then I'll tell my quick story about those flares, because you cited a Las Vegas lights, like those flares. I've seen them. I've seen them like similar to what that guy saw, but the ones I saw were moving. I'll tell that in a sec. But the question from chat is, how far was the triangle off the ground? The one that you saw.
The one that I personally saw, for crying out loud, it had to be maybe 60 feet. It was above a building. It was 7 o'clock at night. I know I've told you this story before, like months ago. But it was like 7:30 at night, and we were driving north, headed to my mom's house. I remember I stopped at Hooters to get some Christmas gift cards, and we're driving in the truck, and my kid's got his head down in his Kindle or whatever the hell it was. And I'm always looking. I'm driving and I'm looking, and there was traffic, but it just happened that we were like, we came off a green light, and a red light to green, and there wasn't a lot of cars around us or any that I can make a difference. And I'm looking at this tree, and it was kind of cloudy. And there's more to the story since somebody asked the question. So anyway, I'm looking up, and I see this thing hovering. And I'm getting over to it, and I'm hitting my kid because he doesn't believe it. I'm like, hey, look up, look up. And he looks up, and he's like, it's a plane. And then the quicker we're getting underneath it, I'm like, that's no freaking plane. And it was by, if anybody lives in Florida, it was by the Ruth Eckerd Hall. And there is an airport nearby, which always made me doubt. But what made me throw the doubts away was as I was pulling underneath of the damn thing, I rolled the windows down. And the thing was still stationary, and it was over a building that's by this auditorium, this stage for entertainment. And I'm literally like going almost underneath it, trying to get into the parking lot. And we're looking up at it, and I can make out a V, like airplane wings, but it was all blacked out. Like it was there, but it wasn't there. And that's not the first time I've had a sighting of something that was there but wasn't there. And he's looking at it, he's like, oh my gosh, what is this? And we pull into the parking lot, and the thing just sped away. And we had the windows down, and you would think that at that altitude, you would hear jets, you would hear the engines running, you would hear something. And it was still early in the evening, like I said, around 7:30, and it hovered away. Next day, I go into work at the funeral home, and, along with all the creepy shit that happens at the funeral home, I mention it to a couple of people. And one of the women that works there, she tells me, she goes, it was a cloudy night. She says, you know what? She goes, I saw something weird too. She goes, it looked like an airplane flying in reverse out of the cloud. And then another old lady who I didn't think she would believe in any of this stuff, that she's like an attendant. She's a funeral home attendant. She's a retired lady. She tells me, she goes, a couple of weeks ago, I was at my mom's house. And her mom's passed away now, but the mom was like in her late 80s and lives on a golf course. And she goes, I was at my mom's house, and I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning for some reason. And I walk out to the window, and I look in the backyard, and she goes, there's a saucer there. And she had told me this last year. Funny thing is in recent months, we talked about it again. And she told me in more detail. She goes, when I saw the saucer, it wasn't like a regular saucer. It was like on the edge up. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, it's a classic saucer shape, but it was actually like on its edge. She said it was on its edge in the golf course by a tree, practically on the ground. She said she got the shit scared out of her. She was like running to get to the front door or whatever, and she said the thing was gone. And the funny thing is there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in this little peninsula of Pinellas County. So, but yeah, and the report that the cops saw, which was only a couple of weeks ago, he said that train, I think it was the Chevron. I don't have the report in front of me, but he says it was only about 40 feet off the ground, and it was silent. It just hovered out. So anyway, and I have other sightings, you know what I mean, if anybody's interested in chat, but yeah. So that's my report. The flares, yeah, we've all seen them. You always got to question stuff, and to this day, my kid's like, it looked like an airplane, but it made no noise. So anyhow.
Yeah. So okay, again, like most of us know what an airplane looks like. So I'm out here by Nellis Air Force Base, and I see F-22s all the time. There are all kinds of things in the sky at night that make very little, almost no noise, but they have like a flashing light, right? Or I've actually heard tones, like from Close Encounters. Remember the tones, like the boop, 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 like flying. I've seen this shit. But yeah, man, you're spot on. Can you do me a favor? We got from tonight.
Yeah.
It's 3 weeks to Halloween. It's today's the 10th, 17th, 24th, 31st will be a Thursday night. We will be streaming on Halloween. From sometime between now and then, can you call us back and tell us some more ghost stories from the funeral home? That would be amazing.
I will try. Here's the thing. Usually on Halloween, we do a big thing. I'm going to be dressing up I'm going to be doing a voodoo doll and a witch doctor thing, and we go out dancing out to a local golf club in Tampa. So I don't know. I mean, if I'm driving home, maybe I can. Or maybe I can call you beforehand.
No. You misunderstand me. Anytime between now and then. Anytime between now and then. Not that night. If you got plans, bro. I'm not trying to break your plans. Anytime between now and then. Can you call us back and tell us some ghost stories about the funeral home? That would be amazing.
That I could do. I mean, I could tell you one quick one now. But for the end of the show, I could tell you a quick one that happened this week.
Shoot.
Had a guy pass away, and the cremation room, because we have a room for funerals, which has the caskets and stuff, or just samples of them, and then we have the cremation room. But most of the people you see do cremation in Pinellas County. Most white people do cremation, and that's where most of the energy is. And this week, I had a lady that her husband died, and she was getting urns to spread the ashes and split the ashes up. And she had a granddaughter. In fact, the granddaughter lived out in she lives out in Arizona. The granddaughter was a bitch, anyway, a real bitch. And the granddaughter was trying to get urns from me and trying to get me to split the granddad's ashes, but she has no right. But she wasn't talking to the grandmother. So she was just being overall just me, terrible person. And I was trying to negotiate everything. Anyway, I held on to this guy's ashes for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The grandmother was trying to be cordial and work with this granddaughter, but the granddaughter the granddaughter didn't want to talk to her. So anyway, I finally tell the lady, look, let's just come get your husband's ashes. He needs to be home. The guy needs to be home. So on that day, and we have replaced a couple of light bulbs because we have a lot of unusual light bulbs that go out in the funeral home, even when they're new. The minute she walked into the room with her son, and I walked in and I started bringing up the story with the granddaughter and printing out the email correspondence, because I will get nasty with customers if I'm sticking up for a family member. Anyway, the minute I brought all that up, the light in the corner just starts flickering. One light in the corner just starts flickering, shuts off, turns back on, and I'm like, it looks like he's here. And the son, his hair just like stood on end, his son. And I looked at him and said, dude, that ain't nothing. I said, he's here. He's like, I know. He goes, I just saw that light flicker on and off. He's like, that was really strange. So, but all the stories will be similar to that. Then I have I'll call you with one in a couple of weeks if I get a day off, or I could stay up a little bit late on I'm Native American, and the last name is Black Bear. And that was a haunting. There wasn't anything bad, but that was a whole other story. And that's a story about a woman and a guy that really, really loved each other. And it was like profound. But I will save that for another time.
Okay. Looking forward to that. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That's Joe from Florida.
Good night,
He's our
guys.
appreciate it, man. Have a good night. That's Joe from Florida. He's our resident funeral home director in Florida. So there you go. He's told us some pretty good ghost stories in the past. We're looking forward to some more. All right, so we got a few minutes left here. Let me. We're just gonna pull up something else creepy. We voted random creepy. Check this out. We mentioned Clown World. You guys want Clown World? We got Clown World. All right, here we go. Clown World. Let's see. Let's pull this up. If you want to get on the show real quick, you want to talk about anything that we've talked about tonight, the California business with the wildfires that didn't happen because they shut the power down, people out there and put their diabetic medicine on ice because there's whatever. Any things we talked about tonight. Show feedback. You want to say hi. In the very beginning, Dan called from California. He said he had information on an EVP that he caught on one of our broadcasts. That's the type of stuff we'd love to hear. Like, what's actually happening? Is that real? Is that not real? I'll go back. I'll check the timestamp he said, and we'll follow up on another show. And yeah, all right. Check this out. Clown World. Here we go. You guys want Clown World? We got Clown World. All right, this is again. This website is amazing. Singular Fortean reports creepy clown caught on camera by Arkansas teens. Here we go. Linking it. Again, all the links we talked about tonight will be on YouTube. So if you follow probably at this point, probably the best way to follow the show is on YouTube, because that's where all of the write-ups go, all the links go. I'm trying to transfer that over to the website, but it's a shit ton of work. We'll get there eventually. Troubleminds.org is the website. Follow, hit the notification bell on YouTube. When we go live, you'll be notified. There's the best way right now. Okay, check this out. Creepy clown caught on a camera by Arkansas teens. Here we go. There's a video. Okay, so as you can see, there's a still image here of a dark road in the country, and country road meaning there's not even like a dotted line in the middle of the road. It's like a dirt road, but there's a clown in colorful garb out there in the darkness as these teens drive up with the headlights. We're about to read the article, and there's a video we're going to watch. Braden Ledford, 18, of Russellville, Arkansas, told local news outfit Fox 16 that he and a friend were on their way to a Pottsville Lake at around 9:30 p.m. on September 23rd to talk out there in the middle of the night to the lake to talk. What kind of narcotics you think they had on them? Okay, just speculating here. One man's opinion. When they spotted a creepy clown wielding a shovel on the side of the road. Quote, "I witnessed a clown," Ledford said. "Me and my friend, going down to Pottsville Lake, and we were just going to talk about some things because it's a place to get away." Like I said, we pulled up down that road, and there was a clown just sitting there. Ledford captured the clown on video, which he posted on social media site TikTok. We're going to watch that in just a sec. But in the video, the teens can be heard warning the clown he's going to get shot before backing up and fleeing as he begins to approach them, dragging the shovel. All right, so here we go. We're going to watch this. You want Clown World? You want weird and creepy? We got that shit. If, again, 702-957-1037. That's the phone number. It's a Las Vegas area code. It's where we're streaming from. And if you want to be part of the show, even after, if you're listening to an archive, call us. Leave a message. We'll play it on the show. And so that Dan guy, just FYI, if you call and leave a message, send me an email, troublemindsradio@gmail.com, with your phone number. But when you leave the message, don't put your phone number in the message, because then I'm not playing it on the air, because I'm not trying to dox everybody and have everybody call you. Just leave the message that we can play on the air, and then send me an email and says, hey, call me at blah, 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 whatever. Don't leave your phone number in the message, please. Okay, anyway, here we go. We're going to watch this. People were like, oh no, this trend is coming back, because it used to be a trend back then, and I think people take it as jokes and they just go get a clown costume and wear it outside. I don't know. These guys are headed down to the lake to talk about some things. And here we go. Action.
What do we do?
Oh my god, dude,
what do we do?
Dude.
Oh my god, it's so scary.
Yes.
Dude, no,
yes,
don't open
yes.
this up. Bro.
Hey, jackass, you're gonna get shot. You're gonna get shot. Oh my god, dude.
Holy
Oh, go.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Okay, so all right, I'm going to refresh this. So I watched part of it, and that's why you guys got... There's the image. It's a clown in a colorful costume, and it appears he has a shovel, and he's digging on the side of the road. Okay. We'll watch this. We'll finish this up. If you want to call, talk about anything, all the things, say hi. Show feedback, 702-957-1037. Here we go, action.
Is that a clown?
Dude.
What do we do?
Oh my god, dude,
what do we do?
Dude.
Oh my god, it's so scary.
Yes.
Dude, no,
yes,
don't open this up. Bro.
Hey, jackass, you're gonna get shot. You're gonna get shot. Oh my god, dude.
Holy
Oh, go.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Okay, there you go. There's Clown World for you. And yeah, you guys are completely right. I think Todd says creep clown. Yeah, I'd run his ass over. Yeah, and Michael says Lefto the clown. You're the best, Michael. Eric says sounds like someone playing a prank, and agreed, right? And probably, if you ask me, staged and set up and all the rest of those things. So who knows? Who knows? But I'm sure we're going to see more clowns. Eric adds Joe Rogan episode 1361. Please please watch it. And you're there we go. There you go. Joe says that clown can go to work for me. There you go. You're hiring clowns. We hire clowns. Holy shit. Joe says I need this clown on the cemetery. Tamra. Nope. Just nope. Clowns are the worst. Yeah, clowns are the worst. Clown World. We'll do a show on Clown World at some point. But we live in the Upside Down, the Twilight Zone Clown World. I'm sure there are other terms that kind of describe this, but there we go. There we go. Todd says he's driving a Prius. Fred says fake. Yeah, again, we don't... I'm not telling you this clown is like some real, like, raised from the dead, digging a grave to bury his... whatever he just... No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this has been reported by... Dan, what's up, says. Should have just ran him over. Yeah. You're going to get shot, jackass, like they said. Okay, so anyway, we're at the end of this. All right. And Adrian from Cal Fire, what's up, buddy? I'm reading you. I don't know if he's still here, but he did say, can we do one more toast for Frank at the end of this? So I've got some beer bottles here. Let's do that. Frank. Hey, buddy. If you're out there, I'm not the only one that misses you. Everybody else out there, we miss you. So if anybody's got a drink, if anybody has a candle lit, if anybody has prayers for Frank, please go ahead and deploy those things, because Frank Pierce, we all miss you, buddy. Here we go. Cheers. All right. So when I'm not pouring out some for my homies because then I'm wasting beer, but there we go. That's good enough. Good enough, but all right, here we go. So the show must go on. We're going to keep on trucking. I'm going to do this one way or the other. I think Frank will be back at some point. It's just whatever it is. Whatever it is, what it is. I don't know. He could be backpacking in the Saskatchewan or the Andalusians or the galaxy. I don't know. I don't even know. The Appalachians. I don't freaking know. He's a weird dude. I think we can all agree on that. As am I. Michael Strange. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Todd says, the other Todd. That's Kinko, the fun-loving clown. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we're winding this down. This is the end. There's no phone calls, so you know what you get instead? Unless you squeak one in real fast, you get the outro music, because we're done. This is it. But we will stream troubledminds.org. Check it out. Follow the YouTube. Click the notification bell on YouTube. That's the only way that you can get around the algorithmic shenanigans that they pull, right? The shadow bans or the dropping people to the bottom of the listings or whatever this crap is. I'm telling you, I write the things, I put the keywords. These are interesting topics to many people, and it doesn't get spread. So if you don't want to get cut out of the loop, follow on YouTube. Click the bell. You click the notification bell, and when we go live, you will get a notification. So there we go. All right, there we go. Okay. Cheers, says Larry. Todd says, if not, I'll co-host. There you go. All right, we're taking co-host applications for the time being, I guess. But you can do that by calling in or getting on the Discord. But here we go. We're rolling this outro, and I don't know how the volume's going to be. So brace yourself for this outro. Let's see, which one do I push? How about this one? You are listening to... Uh-oh. Is it not even rolling? Holy shit. Okay, whatever. See, what's going on with this? Okay, anyway. All right, so let's pretend there's music playing. I'll just dub it in because, well, that's the way it goes. You know, sometimes you got to post-edit. But all right. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the input. Thanks for the calls. Thanks for all the chat. Thanks for the enthusiasm. Thank you for all of that. And like I said, like I've always said, like we've always said, Frank and I have always said, we think this conversation is important. And sometimes it's off the rails a little bit, sometimes it's on the rails, but nobody's perfect. And this conversation should continue. And we hope you agree. So if you do agree, you know what to do. Go to troubleminds.org. All the socials are there. Do the likes, do the thumbs up. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell all the people. Tell all the things. And hopefully we can come together and agree that there's some shenanigans going on. And we should be able to, I don't know, one day hopefully band together and change the world. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate it. He says, great show. That's really great. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate it. But yeah, here we are. So you're listening to Trouble Minds Radio. Here we go. This is the part where we imagine the music's playing. Like, imagine the best music you've ever heard, because that's what's going to be dubbed in. And you're going to be like, yeah, this is amazing. This music, holy shit, this music is amazing. And then, yeah, Trouble Minds Radio. I'm your host, Michael Strange. I'm here without your co-host, Frank Pierce, but he's on walkabout or something. Australian style. I think that's how they call it, or what they do. I don't know. If you're Australian, call me and correct me. But yeah, and thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the input. Thanks for all the enthusiasm. Hold on. I'm going to link Discord one more time. If you haven't joined the Discord, get your ass to Mars. What are you waiting for? And here it is. I'm linking the Discord in the chat. I'm gonna outro the music just a little bit long. You know, wink, wink, your favorite song that's playing right now. Wink, wink, right? It's like the psychological operation. There you go. There is the Discord link. If you haven't joined the Discord, it's in the chat. Click the Discord link, get your ass to Mars, and we'll talk about all these crazy things. And again, thank you for listening. One more time, Troubled Minds Radio, Michael Strange. You guys are the best. Have a great night. Wait. From my troubled minds to yours, since we have no Frank. Have a great night.